Does anyone else have this problem of like way overhydrating and having all the beverages at work? Guys, it is like 7 p.m. and I am not even home yet. So I apologize that today's video is a bit crap. I am giving 100%, but I don't necessarily have 100% to give. So 100% might be like 70, maybe 60%. It's also my winter, if you know what I mean, and so cramps and low energy are basically what I've been dealing with for the past 2 days. All right, hey guys, I'm actually home now. I still have to put away all my stuff that is on the floor, and I still need to eat dinner, and then read in the bath and get all cozy and go to bed. But anyway, okay. Today's video is going to be a bit of an interesting topic because I think it's really funny that Heather and I have accidentally had similar topics on the same day. And today's video is also about a hobby. She did this amazing video about all the hobbies she got into this year and also the graveyard of like dead hobbies, which is hilarious to me because most of them that she was talking about were things she picked up this year and not things that were dead to her, but she did wrap up the video by sharing some dead hobbies. Anyway, one of the hobbies that I have recently got into, and that's going to be the whole topic of this video, is the Switch, playing video games. Am I a video gamer? I don't know. So as a kid, I had the original, well, first, rewind. As a kid, we had in television, I don't know if anyone remembers that, there was like basically this like rectangle box, and then coming out of it on cords were like these two like handsets, and they had like numbers like 1 through, well, like 0 through 9, and then each game came with like these little plastic sheets kind of that you put over the numbers, and then that would tell you like what buttons to use for which control. And so that was my initial like intro to video games, I guess. And then when I was very, very young, maybe like 3, we got the original Nintendo. I think it came out in 84 or 85, so I guess we were a bit behind the wheel, or behind the ball if we didn't get it till I was around 3. But I remember being really scared of it, like loving it, but also being scared of it because I was just scared of all the guys that were chasing Mario, like in the original Mario game for NES. And so my parents had to tell me that was no big deal and they were just playing tag. And that like made me feel slightly better, but I was still really scared. And still played it anyway. We never had Super Nintendo, but I remember at this babysitter's house, who I only went to until I was 2, but then I think I visited later when I was like a bit older, like 5 or 6. I remember playing on her regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo, I can't remember. I believe that I played Zelda, but all I did, tell me if this is true, like for vintage Zelda, all I did was go around the town and talk to people, and if you talked to them too much, they would turn into snakes. Was that Zelda? I don't know. But yeah, anyway. Super Nintendo, we never had. I did end up buying it like as an older kid, like in junior high, I think I bought my own. But it was already past popular then. It was like vintage then. And then we skipped ahead and we did have Nintendo 64, and every year for Easter we would get like a game. And yeah, anyway, my favorite game for that I think was Yoshi's Story and also Zelda. We had like 007, I think it was like GoldenEye or something. That game I did play some, but it terrified me because I don't do blood, and I didn't like that when you got shot, I think blood like went down the screen, and like it was just a very stressful game for me, so I was not a fan. Oh, also I loved Mario Party. Okay. I think I had a Game Boy Color at one point as well. But I guess what I'm saying in all this is that even though I was surrounded by video games, what I mostly liked was computer games. So I played so many games on the computer. I remember playing Oregon Trail, obviously, Carmen Sandiego. I played a lot of the sim games like Sim City, Sim Ant. I'm trying to think what other ones there were. Obviously, The Sims, when that came out. I've played every single version of The Sims, all the way up to the newest one, which I believe is 4, and which has stopped working on my computer, and I need to figure that out because I am obsessed with The Sims. I played this like point and click game with Mickey Mouse where you just clicked on things and they would represent different letters and it would tell you what it is and tell you the letter. I played this zoo game. I don't know if anyone knows what it is, but you would have to clean up an animal's cage or their habitat or whatever. And then when it was all cleaned up, the animal would come back. And it was like beautiful, especially when it was like whales or something. Like it was just majestic and amazing. And I played Commander Keen. And I played this other game that I think my dad would get these computer game magazines, and sometimes they would have like samples of games. And I remember playing this one that took place in a cemetery, and I can't say that word, cemetery. Anyway, I think it might have been like Wolfenstein or something, but you like went around, and I don't really remember what you did, but it was creepy. Okay. So that's my background with games, is that I was definitely more of a person who appreciated computer games as opposed to video games, and they'd always been around, but not really a huge part of my life. Anyway, then 2020 happened, and all of you people on the interweb all of a sudden started playing cozy games, and I was like slightly jealous because it seemed so lovely. However, at the same time, it kind of seemed like a waste of money because I have not been a video game person for my whole life. I've dabbled, but I haven't really been that into it. And I didn't want to spend money that I could spend traveling or doing something amazing on an object, on a thing, versus like an experience. Like to me, experiences are more important. To me, books are experiences, and traveling is an experience, and all this stuff. But after years and years and years of wanting a Switch, I finally got one. And I realized that probably in 2024, there's going to be a new Nintendo something something. But I am here for the Switch. And when I purchased one, I have even sunk deeper into this amazing Switch situation. So anyway, I'll show you the one I have. I intended to grab the box that I still have in my closet, but I forgot. So I have like the big one. This is the one that's in white. I think it's like the OLED or something like that. But I got skins for it. So now one side is gray, one side is pink. And I got a cute little case for it, because it's so portable and lovely. And I have just freaking been adoring this. Like, it has added so much joy to my life and so much comfort, and I get cozy games now. Okay, so I thought I would go through and show you some of my games. The game I've been playing the most is only available like electronically or whatever. Like, you can't buy like a physical copy of it, and that is called Wildflowers. So there's a whole bunch of spoilers that I could give you on Wildflowers, because I also didn't realize all the beautiful like art and narrative that goes into these games. Like, they're absolutely beautiful. So the premise of Wildflowers, without too many spoilers, is basically that you are this girl, Tara, and your life is a mess, okay? You were engaged, and then that fell apart. You also had a job, and your position was eliminated. Your life is a mess. So you decide to go to this island, and you are going to help out your grandma, who is sick. You find out later what's wrong with her, but, you know, no spoilers on this. You're going to help her out because she was married. Her husband died. She's old. She's sick. Her farm, which was beautiful and amazing, has kind of fallen into disrepair. And the entire town has fallen into a bit of disrepair. And so you are welcomed back. You haven't been to this town in quite some time. Your grandma hasn't seen you since you were little. And that is also something that you discover later on, the reason why. So I don't want to give too much away. But the game starts with the grandma just kind of showing you stuff, showing you how to plant plants, how to sell things, how to cook. And you discover quite early on that your grandma is a witch. And not only that, but you are about to become one too. And so in addition to meeting everyone in the town, building relationships with everybody, helping people because apparently they can't do any of their own work and they always need you to help them on things, and whatever else, you also have to improve your skills as a witch and help the town through some problems that arise later in the game. And as you play the game, you uncover this story, and as you play the game, the town changes and you discover new parts of the map that you didn't discover before. And for me, I would say right now I'm to the point in the game, basically, rewind, the game takes place in seasons, and as a witch, you are the one to turn the seasons. So I will say that if you're enjoying where you are in the game right now, if you were to play it, you don't have to turn the season until you're ready to. There is like kind of pressure from, you know, your friends to like, oh, we better change the season. This bad thing is going to happen, but it's not. Okay. So calm down and just change the season when you want to. So you start in spring, summer, fall, winter. I'm in winter right now. So I have been playing it for a while. I don't know how long it goes. I think it only goes for like 2 years and then the game ends, but I'm not 100% sure. So what was I going to say? Why was I telling you about the seasons? I don't really remember. Anyway. Oh, I have gotten to the part where I am now just able to kind of dip in, play it for a little bit, and then leave it. There was a time period where I was playing it for hours, and I'm not to that part right now. So it's not that I'm burned out from it. I still really like it, but I am to the perfect level of coziness, I feel like, where I'm able to enjoy it, but I'm not obsessed with it. But it is like, oh, I love this game so much. So maybe I am obsessed with it. So because I've loved this game so much, I really haven't played very many of my other games. So I'm going to show you what other games I got, and they're still wrapped. And I also have loads online, because one trick, if you are a newbie to Switch, that I have discovered, and I think Brie told me this, is to like watch videos on YouTube, whatever, figure out what games you want to try, and then add them to your wish list on like Nintendo's website, and then you can just like scan through there from time to time and see if something's on sale, because a lot of times you can get a game for like $5 or under, or whatever the currency is where you are, just by like waiting to see it go on sale and, you know, living your life that way. I am still not sure if I prefer physical games or the digital ones. My thought process with the physical games is that they're always yours. Like, as long as this is charged and you have a physical game, I feel like you can play it. The perk to the online, the digital ones, is that they can make improvements on the game and you can have access to those improvements because it's not like a physical, static sort of a game. But my fear, as I mentioned previously with The Sims, is that they could suddenly say like that this game doesn't work anymore, or we're not going to support this game anymore, or whatever. And I guess I'm just always cautious about that, because I heard that for Kindle books, that like you are not buying the book, you're buying like access to the book, which could be taken away at any time. And then my Sims game all of a sudden not working, and I have to problem solve through what the heck is going on. And something about they're switching the website that you play it on, I don't understand. It's too much, and I just don't want to deal with stuff like that. However, also with the digital games, they're just always with you, you know? You don't have to bring anything. Anyway, so I will show you my physical games though. Most of these are still wrapped, and the reason is because I only want to open them as I play them in case I have buyer's like remorse and want to return them. And also because I'm just kind of like playing one game at a time, and I didn't realize how much I would spend on wildflowers. Like I thought, not money-wise, just time. I thought that I would dip in and out of different games, and what I'm finding is that, especially for a lot of the Switch games, it seems like they're almost stories that you get sucked into, and you don't want to just dip in and out all the time. I'm sure there's some games you dip in and out of, but from talking to people, it seems like they have like a game of the moment that they're really into, and they play mostly that. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I have a lot of games. Okay, sorry, my phone just said the storage was full, so I had to do a bunch of stuff. So what I was saying, that probably got cut off, is I have a lot of games, and it is this whole situation involving me, a hot Best Buy guy, a deal he promised me that was no longer actually a deal, and he honored it anyway, and then he like honored it more than he should have, and basically I think he gave me like $120 off games. Okay. So here's what I have, and if they're wrapped, I have not played them. So Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, Monopoly, Risk, and Trivial Pursuit. I've not played these. Hello Neighbor, which I think sounds super fun. If you guys have played any of these, please let me know that I should play them. Hogwarts Legacy. I know we don't like, you know, JK. She who should not be named. But I do like Hogwarts. Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Life is Strange, True Colors, Lord Winklebottom Investigates. This one I did already open and play. And also, can we talk about the waste of plastic? Like, these are smaller than like Wii. Oh, I forgot I had a Wii too. Anyway, these are smaller than Wii cases, but here's the case. That's all the amount of the case that is used. Okay, this game I thought would be lovely. It's like a mystery game, and it is like a hidden object, like find stuff game. And there's like these like sweet like little animals with British accents that are your main characters for the game. And like this little octopus head guy has died, and you have to figure out like what has happened. But I personally think this game is super frustrating. The movement, like on actually playing it, like I can't get stuff to go where I want them to go very easily, and I can't figure stuff out. So I'm always like looking online how to like beat a certain section. Like I'm gonna give it more time, but I'm not a fan. Mario Party. I love Mario Party so much. The only thing with this one, just if you're aware, is it's all the old games from Nintendo 64 and GameCube, which I never had GameCube. So some of the games I'm not familiar with because I never had GameCube. But if you enjoyed previous Mario Parties, then amazing, because you'll get to replay some of those games. But if you wanted something new, this is not something new. Okay, Ooblets, which I thought looked adorable, and then I think that Brie told me to get it, and I think that also Heather told me to get it, and so it went on sale, and I got it for super cheap. And Roller Coaster Tycoon, one of my favorite computer games as a kid that I forgot to mention. people puked in the park. You had to like clean it up, all this stuff. I don't know how it's going to be to play it like video game style, because I'm used to like using a mouse, but we'll see. So those are my games. Please tell me, what other games do I need? And granted, kind of feel like I need to appreciate what I have first. Like, these are all wrapped and not played yet. But also, which of these do you think I should prioritize and start first? Because I do feel like I'm to the point where, yes, I'm enjoying Wildflowers, but I'm ready to like have that be just like a small amount of time that I'm playing it, and then start a new game that will take up more of my time and just dip in and out of Wildflowers. So I think that's all that I wanted to say about the Switch. If you have any connections or comments or anything, I would love to hear it. I apologize for being the last person on the face of the planet to get a Switch, but also I'm not, because I just don't want to be staring at a screen all the time. However, yeah, I have been really finding this a super comforting thing to do. And especially like right now, I'm going to clean up from just like put stuff away from the day. I'm going to eat dinner, take a bath, and read a book that I am reading, which I'll show you in a second, actually, because that would be lovely for you to actually have some sort of book content on this, in this video. Yeah, read a book in the bath, and then I'll probably go to bed and play it in bed for a little bit, which is nice. I play it on my TV most of the time, but then I will take this into bed, and it's just really a nice way to wind down when you don't want to be thinking or underlining stuff in really powerful books that you have to remember, because it's amazing and you don't want to miss out on anything. You're able just to relax and zone out and get ready for bed. So let me quickly show you the book, and then I'm going to leave you for tonight, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, the book that I'm reading right now in the bath every night is The Loneliness Files by Athena Dixon. This is by independent publisher Tin House. And what I am loving about it so far, number one, I like a good thinky think book in the bathtub, because I'm just dipping into it for a short time, and I can underline and I can just really be very reflective, you know, when I'm in the bath with a book. It's short, also good bath size, you know, dip in and out of. This is what's so cool about it. So this is a book of essays. This is about our author encountering loneliness and processing through what loneliness means, or at least that was the first essay. But part one is called Life as It Is, and she gives you 3 song recommendations. And I listened to the first one last night. First of all, it was someone I hadn't heard of before, because I'm not like super into the whole music scene. And the song was beautiful, so beautiful. So I found a new artist, right, that I want to follow and listen to more of their music, but also it fits so closely with what she was talking about in the first essay. And so I just think that this adds such depth to what she's discussing by having other voices contribute to it in a different way through music. So I recommend so far, but I'm only 1 essay in. I'm gonna eat dinner, live my life, and I will see you guys tomorrow.